Hi and hello and welcome to episode 69 of Going Over.
Nice.
Nice. I'm, of course, I'm Fred Slow alongside me, Saleh Taylor. We're talking to you about the world of pro wrestling on a Friday night for terrestrial airing on a Saturday morning. It's a Masters morning. Saleh, how are you?
I'm moving. I'm grooving. I'm grateful. And it's a good day, man. It's one of those things when you wake up big, brown, and beautiful. Now you're a burden to be seen. So that's how it is so far. How you doing? How you feeling, Fred?
Every day is a good day because I'm good at days, but there's a ton going on in the world of sports and pro wrestling. Of course, at the time of this airing, WrestleMania just 1 week away. We will do our big WrestleMania preview show next week, so that'll be a lot of fun. But this is a fun one. This is the not lull. I don't want to call it the lull week. It's not that, but everything in the world of pro wrestling almost presses pause for a week because WrestleMania is here. It is a ton of pro wrestling wherever WrestleMania is located. All eyes in the pro wrestling world from today until next Tuesday, whatever that is. So that 12 days or whatever. No one can even think about penetrating the market because WrestleMania is so big that there's WrestleManias that surround it. We're here, Saleh.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's actually really cool. It's the going home week, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all of the stories are getting that little extra push or a little moment to breathe. This next week, it's funny because tonight they're in, was it Seattle or Tacoma? And I've been seeing some photos, some videos. I
Yeah.
got families out there, and they're hanging out with some family, and that is a cool thing when wrestlers are getting when they have a chance to be around family on the road, especially close to such a big show. I wonder how they're feeling about that. Where they can just, they still got to do the work, still got to check in, clock in, punch in, and then but it's that extra umph you have when you're in front of family.
Well, I think everyone prepares different too, right? Like you're using
Yeah.
family, which is a really good analogy. I'm going to use school.
Okay.
Whenever I had a big test, like I would take the 2 days off before. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I would take the 2 days off before, and then the night before, I was a pack it all in, pack it all in, pack it all in, up until the test. Take the test. That was my thing. But I know that's not true for everyone who's ever lived. Obviously, there are lots of people that put it in 2 days before and then do a soft revisit the day before or whatever. There's a
Mhm.
million different ways. And that's how all these entertainers are too. They all have their own approach. Maybe the
Yeah.
guys who are on Raw don't necessarily want to be on SmackDown the night before. Maybe the guys that got a big WrestleMania don't want to be at the Hall of Fame induction the night before. Maybe they want to be on SmackDown and at the Hall of Fame induction and then it's
Yeah.
there's a million different ways to get here. And that's what this week is. It's about easing into or ramping up to WrestleMania, brother.
Yeah. In theater, especially film, we have a term called when you are on the opening week. So the final week of rehearsals, soft openings, and running through shows and stuff, but tech rehearsals and all that, and then you open that weekend. We would call that week Hell Week.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it's like to still have a weekly show, unless they've done double tapings, which would be smart.
Yeah.
But I reckon no, they got to still be live, especially in the U.S.
Well,
Let
they're at T-Mobile too on that Friday night. I mean, they're there in Vegas.
you got we got Raw that's kicking off on Monday. Still, you got then you
Mm-hmm.
working towards NXT, Speed, LFG is like they're releasing some tape. Then you got media going on throughout the whole week.
Yeah.
You have wrestlers who's running parts of all.
WrestleMania World, WrestleMania Experience, the million shows going on around.
The Hall
Also,
of Fame show where all the
yep.
wrestlers have to be present for.
And then on top of that, all the wrestlers that are currently at the WWE level, they all got there by getting there, right? So if all these other promotions are performing throughout the city, performing throughout wherever, the days leading up to, your phone's going crazy. Like your boys are all, and it's guys you haven't seen in forever. I'll be out there. It's like almost everyone on the Duke City Championship Wrestling roster will be out there. A ton of NWA guys will be out there. It's that spectacle, and it's easy to get distracted in Sin City. Ask me. I will tell you.
I have a very tame experience with Las Vegas because I have to. I have a very unhealthy look at gambling. I just see it as throwing away money. So I have $100. I'll just throw it away, and
Yeah.
then even when I'm on a poker table, I play just to mess with people.
Well,
People hate it when I play with them.
That's Vegas, though, right? You can go to Vegas and you can do gambling and you can do shows and you can do buffets, and that's fine. You can also do drugs. You can also do sex. You can also do violence. You can also do like all these things are equally achievable trips. Oh, this is fun. Friend of the show, Chris, says to us, he's going to be watching from. He's watching currently from Disneyland. I thought he was saying. So there you go. But I thought he was talking about WrestleMania, and I have a story about that. Years ago, the Royal Rumble before COVID. So what's that? 2020.
Yeah.
So the Royal Rumble before COVID. I'm doing like a trip around the state with a gal, and the trip around the state is we're in Carlsbad. We're in Carlsbad for whatever the weekend. We're doing the caverns. We're doing the whole thing. But I can't miss the Royal Rumble. So you know what I'm talking about? I can't miss the Royal Rumble. So we're in Carlsbad, and I'm doing a thing where I'm like calling places. And I'm like, hey, you guys got the Rumble on? And I'm calling like chain sports restaurants or whatever. And no one's got it. So they're like, so I go to the Walmart. I buy a Roku. You know what I'm talking about? Like plug into your TV. I still have it. It's on. This is terrible for radio, but it's on my office TV, like the one that is above me that's on my monitor. And you have to download, the whatever app, the Peacock app, and this. And I take it to the hotel room. I think I'm going to be able to put it in, but I can't. I got to go back and get an adapter. It's the whole thing. Anyways, long story short, I end up watching the Royal Rumble in a hotel room at Carlsbad Cavern, White City or whatever it is, right? Carlsbad Cavern, sitting crisscross applesauce with a gal I met on the dating app. And the whole time I'm like, look, no, this is Brock Lesnar's eliminated 11 people. Like,
this is a big deal.
35. Like, what am I doing?
Well,
she's like,
you're still doing that now.
That's crazy, Fred.
Oh,
are you gonna eat these this leftover yakisoba from dinner? No, I'm not. You eat it.
Like something important's happening right now.
Yeah. No, here's what you don't get. Nia Jax is in the men's Royal Rumble.
This is such a huge deal.
Doesn't make sense.
The Samoan China.
Yeah. The Holiday Inn Express is like, sir, this is not a Wendy's. Keep it down. Like, stop it.
At least close your door, sir.
Like, at least lock it up. This is pro wrestling, idiot.
This is life. This is life, man.
What's the weirdest place you ever watched, like a pro wrestling or even like a live event? Excuse me.
Bless you. I think I I do Comic Cons and stuff, and I run panel shows.
Yeah.
Our last year's summer show, I was watching. I forgot what show it was, but I was actually on stage doing a panel, and the PLE was on, so I just had my phone under the table,
and it's like the villain from like the third remake of the Spider-Man movies up there.
Oh, actually, no. It was they were friends, but it was a bunch of stuntmen who was worked throughout all the Star Wars movies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Even Dickie Beer.
Hey, Dickie, I'm
talking about this.
Dickie, what's it like to take a lightsaber to the stomach versus taking one to the head? Thanks, I'll have a seat.
You ever taken a suplex?
Yeah. Hey, whenever you get on stage, do you ever feel like the force is with you? Thank you. I'll take your answer offline. Like what?
Well, I'm gonna just throw the mic and the crowd can ask some questions.
Oh my gosh, dude! I opened up the Mick Foley show the other day. So Mick Foley was in Inside Out.
Awesome.
So it's Chris Burnett and me. And he, Chris Burnett, voice of Duke City Championship Wrestling, 10 Drink Minimum Podcast, was my producer on the radio show for some time. I feel like in the world of audio medium, fairly known. So he calls and he's like, hey man, thanks for those Isotopes tickets the other day. You want to host this thing with me or whatever? And I'm like, okay, like I see what you're doing. So we go and we're like, hey, Mick Foley fans. Also, I don't bury anything. You know what I mean? Like I don't bury anything. But I'm gonna say this: if you have seen Mick Foley's spoken word thing before, you're not going to get new stories the second time. Like you can interpret it however you want. I'm just telling you, if you've seen it, you've seen it. Okay. So anyway, so I go to this thing, and there's a number of people there, but like I've thrown birthday parties that outdraw this thing. Like it's just not the business, right? It's not the deal. So anyway, so we're doing our Q&A thing. We're doing the hi, hello, and welcome. This and that or whatever. And the people who really want to ask questions, they like move to the front. You've been in the panel word forever.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so it's okay. So there's a microphone on a stand, right? So whenever we go up as a group, I grab the microphone on the stand. I move the stand to the other side, and then I take the microphone up. And it's a rib, right? I'm just messing with the crowd, and I come back and put it in the corner. So now all these people that like super move to the front to ask Mick all these questions, like they have to wait, like they can't. And it's also like it's always the same questions, right? It's always
that part.
Oh my gosh! Like how many times has Mick Foley answered, and maybe not to you, but how many times has he answered, hey, of all the iterations of Mick Foley, which one did you enjoy playing the most? Thanks, I'll sit and listen to your answer. Like, what? A million times he's answered that.
Let me smarten up folk right now. I know we got to go on a break soon, but let me smarten folks up real quick. For those who haven't been to a panel or a host with a celebrity Q&A session, there's a 99% chance that whatever question you're about to ask has been asked in an open forum before.
Yes.
If you're able to catch media of said celebrity or wrestler or anyone, if you're able to catch an interview before, try to watch some of those and see what's been asked already. Liven up to it and try to find something that has most likely has not been asked before, because I guarantee you the celebrity, the wrestler, the guest, anyone, they will pop for you. They will remember you. They will they will never forget that city, because that means they got people that are wise to it, that are up for it and want to know more. They want to know beyond. Besides, what was your favorite iteration, your favorite character? What's your favorite? Oh, when you got thrown through a cell, did you know you're going to die or not? Just like it's one of those things where you gotta, if you can smarten up to that, I guarantee you, they will remember you. And if you go to the meet and greet after, they won't charge you anything. They'll give you a handshake, a hug, a sign, something for free, because you just gave them a moment that they will never forget. I highly challenge you to do that.
I'm a music guy. Like if I had to pick them in order, like my favorite medium of entertainment is music. After that, probably pro wrestling. After that, sports, like athletic event or whatever. After that, I started getting into the world of TV and movie or whatever. Right. That's when I'm a little less on that. And a thing I would do for years is I would do, like, because I was from St. Louis, Missouri, I would do like affiliation from St. Louis, Missouri to whatever artist I was talking to. So like say if I was I'll use like Billy Corgan as an example, right? Smashing Pumpkins. So I'll say obviously they're from Chicago, or I'll be like, hey Billy, you used to tour with Hum. Hum's from my hometown. Like talk to me a little bit about like what that experience. And they're like, oh, okay, here we go. Like now you can talk about people they know intimately. Now they can talk about the region you're from. Now they can ask you a follow-up question, because they can say, hey, what, let's use like New Mexico, right? So we'd be like, pick your West Coast entertainer or whatever, Snoop Dogg. So you're like, hey, Snoop Dogg, hey, I know you did a tour with Exhibit. I'm from Albuquerque. He's from Albuquerque.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
Exhibit.
like,
Blah, blah,
there's
blah.
your story.
A
Like,
pop for it, man.
yeah, and before you know it, he's asking you, like, how do you like your green chili ranch on your Dion's pizza? And you're like, good. Like, that's the connect. Like, that works. Do that.
It goes a long way.
Goes a long way. We got to grab a break so we can come back. We got a fun one today. The Masters is going on. So what I want to do, Saleh, is talk about who we'd want in our golf foursome from the world of pro wrestling. It's Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. It's not Two Men On. It's Going Over. That's muscle memory. That is Friday night radio muscle memory. It's Going Over on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to Going Over. Welcome back to the show. I am Fred Slow. Alongside me is Saleh Taylor, and we are talking the world of pro wrestling on a Master Saturday. Do your chorn today, but post up tomorrow. Final round of the Masters tomorrow morning.
That is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. How are you on a full 9? Do you do a full 18 or are you good with a 9?
It depends. So a weekend, I want to play 9.
Okay.
On a weekend, and I want to play absolute first in the morning, or I want to play the last tee time of the day. And that's it. Nothing in between. And I only want to play 9. And then I prefer to golf during the week during business hours. Like, that's my, like, let's golf 8 a.m. on a Tuesday. Like, let's get out there and let's go all the way up to lunch with a full 18. So when I'm working during the week, during the week, full 18. On the weekend, 9 holes.
I could see it. I can see that. So it sounds like you have a lot of experience on this. My experience with golf is horrid, but I'm just there to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm there for the camaraderie. I'm a good caddy, but I'm only for the sake of carrying things. But if you're asking me, hey man, which one should I use? I'm like, I don't know. There's a stick over there. Let's try that. I went a couple times and we were cruising and they're helping me out. It's so intricate, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you gotta, on the down, you gotta exhale this amount. You gotta get your head a certain amount. You gotta not bend that elbow. If you want to talk wrestling foursomes for the sake of entertainment, I would bring personally.
We're going back and forth, so don't think you're going to give them all to me right now.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm saying for me, at least Jacob. I got bias behind that because I know for a fact it's going to be lively the entire time.
If you brought Jacob Fatu as one of the other 3 in your foursome, the feedback you're going to get from everyone at the course, from everyone in attendance,
if we made it on the course, yes.
Who invited Jacob Fatu?
Exactly. That's why my third would be Cody Rhodes. He would get us in. He would get us through, and no one would question it. How about you? Who's your second and third so far?
I didn't even give you my first.
Really?
So my first is The Undertaker. And it's not even, and also I'm booking my tee time at 6 a.m., but really we're teeing off at 7:13 because that's how long it's going to take them to get to hole 1. Like, boom, boom.
The other hands is just reaching.
Boom, and then here he comes.
We just have to stand there and wait, man.
Just takes forever to get to the tee, but only to the tee box. Everywhere else he's fine. Also, before he does his putt, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Rolls his eyes back.
No, I see him on the putt as it's going right before it goes in. He takes a knee, then he does the or even when he's grabbing the ball from. Yeah.
Can you imagine taking so long with the Undertaker on a hole, and then old man comes up behind you, and he's like, "Hey man, can we just play through?" Oh, never mind. We'll wait. We didn't mean to rush you.
Wait your turn.
Rest at the T. Okay.
Then Jacob, hello.
Hello. Taker, hello.
Hey, Tiger, safe.
Taker, dead man.
Hey, I'm dead man.
Yeah. OG dead man. That's what you do. That's a good Jacob Fatu joke that I don't know if everyone gets. They don't let him do that on the show. It's only sell out. I love you, sell out. That's all he gets on.
Well, there's also the yada I mean. That's that West Coast, man.
For real. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm both.
All right. So I got The Undertaker. You got Jacob Fatu. Who's your second?
Cody Rhodes. He can get us in.
Yeah, he would dress right.
Yeah.
He would dress right. The I'm talking the right polo. I'm talking you got to have suntan on that neck tattoo.
Yeah.
You got to cover that thing up. A real dangerous word on the radio, but he'd wear golf knickers and he would look really good out there.
Wearing some classic Knickerbockers. I could see that.
Little Argyle print.
Shake everyone's hand walking in.
100%. With $100 bills
in that hand, yeah.
Yep.
He's like, all right, man.
One. Cart girl following you around. Cart girl right behind you.
Every handshake, he just lets them know, these two are with me. It's okay. Yeah. Cody's that friend. Cody's that homie. He's that hood pass we call. He's that one, man.
Do you think The Undertaker uses Callaway clubs?
I don't know, man. As long as I'm using my my TaylorMade gear, dude. Who's next up for you?
Yeah, that shot was so good. They're gonna shoot yourself into a work. I can't do. I blew that joke. That was supposed to be.
Who else? Who's joining your force?
I mean, this is a great question, right?
Yeah.
I think I'd want someone who loves it.
Yeah.
Like I would want to find the pro wrestler who, when they travel for pro wrestling, like makes the time to find like the courses. Private clubs and muni courses, obviously different, right? But the wrestler who takes the time to make sure they get their hacks in or get their swings in or whatever. Or maybe it's the guy at the venue, you know the call time is like so early, who's like phantom putting or doing whatever in the back. I think that's the Miz.
I could see that.
I think the Miz, and I don't know this to be a fact, but if you'd be like, hey, what's your favorite thing to do? He seems like the type of dude who will put golf above wrestling.
I can see that.
And wrestling is a little bit like golf, where like in golf, you could be like, hey, I'm getting a lot better at this. I'm getting a lot better at this. I'm getting a lot better at this. I'm terrible. That's the same with wrestling. I guess it's billiards is like that. Pool.
Yeah.
Darts. Everything is hard. Golf specifically. Everything is hard. All right, so who I got? I got The Undertaker and I got The Miz. I could obviously throw more Miz jokes.
But I'm having chicken on you, man. Is all. I don't know how long did it take for him to get over that? Like people leaving chicken around him when he got back into the locker room.
I don't know enough of that. I don't believe any of that stuff, if I'm being honest.
Really?
I think it's all work. I think it's all work.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's a shoot, bro. That has to be a shoot.
No, I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. I lost all belief in shoots whenever him and Daniel Bryan did the thing on Talking Smack. Like, and I was definitely in my 30s then. And I was like, they know what they're doing. There's no confusion here. From the live chat, Duke City Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champion Turbo Tony says he bets the Miz yells awesome.
Awesome! Yeah, I can see that.
He walks into the clubhouse. He goes, "I came to play." Oh, Miz.
Mike's here, guys. Mike's here.
Yeah. So give me the Miz is number 2 of my foursome in golf. Your turn.
All right. So I have Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
Just like every other swing, man. Yellow.
Yeah. And you have Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Because at every hole you said would be, he's on the tee, it's in the hole, gonna get it super full. Yeah, okay.
Whoa!
Gonna drive it from the sand trap. Oh! Yeah, yes.
There's I got to pick people who are going to be patient because it's going to be a long day, especially if I'm in this.
Yeah.
Like a 9 will feel like 18 with me, bro. Like we're just
Mhm.
so. I would like to think of someone that would be patient and that could have some very empowering words to help keep me going. I would love to have the wise man, Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Now, so you actually screwed up here because at the very end, I was going to throw in surprise caddy.
Oh,
that's where you should have placed Paul Heyman. But this is a good one. Now, he doesn't, to me, look like a guy who possesses athleticism.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
So I would say good pick, not great. Also, I know Reebok makes like sports suits, but how's he going to golf out there? He's got a jacket on.
He could take the jacket off. It'll probably have a sweater under that or something. But like Paul Heyman would be there for the sake of morale. You know, I've been slicing the whole time. And I just to hear the wise man just go like, listen, Saleh.
Yeah.
You are better than this. You are better than you think. You can do anything you can. And the way I see it, that hole has that Paul's name written on it.
When he says to you, it's not a par, it's a spoiler.
It's a spoiler.
That's what he says to you.
When you give it your all beyond because it's written in the clouds already. It's written in your story.
Say par 3, right? You pull out your 7, 150 yards. You nail it. You hit it, right? You sink it. And Paul Heyman says, that's the one in 270,001. You go, okay, this works. You're giving me hole-in-one statistics. Thank you.
I'm going to be the one like just I'm in the sand, man. I'm in there. Like, it's okay. You're an Islander. You know what the sand feels like. You're halfway home. It's okay if you're here longer.
Just like your great father, Sika. Your family. Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect. It's like your family legacy of the wild Samoans who only played golf when they first went to Scotland, traveling. And you're like, why do you know this history?
The sands of time. You're washed around it right now. You're home. It's okay. Yeah. See, you got this.
Now your drive, it's off, but I can help you with it because I'll give you for balance a watch that your great uncle gave to me years ago in Panama.
We were driving. Back to Pensacola.
When we had to get out of town early that night. And I left my bag, and it had all my worldly possessions. But he told me this watch would always keep me on time. And you're like, oh, what is this story?
Every time I look at this watch, I think of your great uncle.
And you're like, Paul, you grew up as a young Jewish photographer in New York. You were not at all in the panhandle of Florida at that time.
Things that I've seen through the lenses of time. I've captured moments. Yeah. I've been on both sides of the camera. So are you.
He says, you're like hurrying up a hole. And he's like, you don't have to. You're not Harley Race. You don't have to run through this one. And you're like, what? You didn't even work with Harley Race.
Actually, you know what? I'm a reserve Paul Heyman for my caddy.
Yes, I know you are.
Paul's my caddy, so I need another one.
You're going again. Okay,
I'm gonna let you go. We took a lot. So your turn.
All right. So mine is because I got a guy who's going to draw attention. I got a guy who I think is a good golfer. Also, this is a scramble team I'm putting together. And what I need is a golfer that's going to react when I hit a bad shot. That why, my friend, I'm bringing Ron Simmons.
Damn.
Anytime I lose one to the opposite way, he's going to be right there, and he's got it. Also, he seems like the type of guy who wants to carry 2 golf bags at once, just built that way.
Just to do it.
Yeah.
Just walking.
Also, there's nothing funnier, at least from my pro wrestling fandom, than whenever like Ron Simmons and The Undertaker are in the same place telling like stories from days gone by. Like to be a fly on the wall, with some of the names and some of the before social media, but the kind of the rules of etiquette that surround the world of pro wrestling and how they were just exposed to them, but dog, they wrote them, like put that foursome together where I'd be so fortunate to play in scramble only with The Undertaker, Ron Simmons, and The Miz. That's the one for me.
I'm with it. That's a good one. Just to react, if we are, you got your foursome, I got my foursome, we're right behind you, and say we got some money on it, I would need to get you guys off your game. For that, I'm bringing in Ahmed Johnson. You got Ron Simmons. I got Ahmed Johnson. The tension's going to be just thick.
The golf ball would explode.
Yeah. And every time Ahmed just like knocks that out, he cuts a 30-second promo that no one will ever understand. And I just can't wait.
Yeah, but you're inspired afterwards.
I will be very inspired. And then, Paul E. Dangerously being my caddy will translate that for all of us and make it in a way that we will all just be even more inspired as I'm just perspiring. But yeah, dude.
That leaves only my caddy left.
Yep.
In the world of pro wrestling, I get to have a caddy in this group. I'm picking For Sale Sale Taylor as my
running back and forth.
That's my deal. And I'm like, yeah. And more of a runner, really, than anything else. Like, hey, The Undertaker wants a club sandwich.
You can't take the cart. You got to.
No, I can't take it. And don't cut across because I know those guys. And you're like, you don't know anything about East and West, So you're like, will you drop me a pin to the clubhouse? No. What hole do you think you'll be on when I get back? I don't know.
My guys are waiting for me each time I'm running for you. Oh, that's sneaky, man.
That's what I'm doing. So that's my play, is to bring in Sale Taylor, For Sale, the Polynesian Prince, Samoan Nightmare, put him as the caddy for the group. And I think that's going to be a really good foursome. That's my plan.
That would be fun. I appreciate you looking out for my fitness and looking out for my health and just to keep it going. I'm glad I picked patient guys.
Yes.
That would be willing to just chill. Like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. Ahmed, just go ahead and cut another promo. And Paul, it's all you, bro. You can tell him what he said. I'll be right back.
It's episode 69 of Going Over, so of course we have to recognize that when we get back from the break. Our all-time favorite pro wrestling couples. It's Going Over on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to Going Over. Welcome back to the program. I, of course, am Fred Slow. Alongside me is Sale Taylor. We're talking the world of pro wrestling on a Masters morning. It has been a heck of a start to the weekend. Lots of weird cuts on Friday. Lots of guys didn't make the weekend run around. So there you go. I've been enjoying it immensely. I super dial in on Sunday though. Monday is still for Chorin. Sunday is for the Masters.
That's a good day. It's a good weekend. There's a lot of things happening. All I know is that after Sunday, it's Hell Week. Mania Week, baby.
Yeah.
A lot of things going on. Right now, you have some of the wrestlers dealing with some family. My family, as they're out in the Pacific Northwest. Shout out to them, the Taylors, the Montalornas, the Romes, all of them, man, as they're hanging out with the boys. You got me thinking, man. You say we're going to talk about our favorite wrestling couples.
Yes.
Let's talk about that, bro.
All right, now this is because we are currently in episode 69.
Nice.
Thank you. of going over. So we've been at this thing for some time. I mean, really regularly for like the last year, which has been nice. It's been nice. Now, I don't know what your definition is, right? I don't know if you're going to go on air. I don't know if you're going to go uh I don't know if you're going to go actual. I don't know your vision
Okay.
here, but I think I have mine.
All right.
All right? So I want you to go first so that I don't sway your answers.
I'd like, for the first one, this was one of the first couples I remember thinking they are weird, but they're perfect for each other at the moment. I want to say Dustin Reynolds and Terry Reynolds.
Yeah, this is a good
Gold
answer.
Dust Marlena.
Yeah. This is a very good answer.
They to me looked like they had such a great fit, such great chemistry, and they had to be. Then found out they were actually really together,
Yeah.
and I loved that they fed on each other's weirdness, strangeness, and um, I love things like that.
The the androgynous Gold Dust
Yes,
is as good of a character as I have ever seen.
I agree.
He's also that weird category of never won it.
But had some great rivalries, great matches. The WrestleMania, was it 13? Was Roddy Piper when they did the Bronco chase?
Yeah, that thing was wild. And he was a guy who never needed the title. He didn't need
No,
it to be able to tell story. Had it down.
that's something I look forward to seeing on certain people where you got people at various levels of the show, various levels in the program. You got people that are like, all right, you're good for opening, setting the tone, letting people know this is what to expect. You got people that are main eventers. You have people in the middle. You have people that need to be on the chase. You have people that are great with the title. Then you have people that are just great wherever you put them.
Mm-hmm.
Goldust, an androgynous Goldust, to me was one of those people that like you put him in any spot and he'll have fun with it, and you just tell him, hey man, these are the boundaries.
Very good.
There. But Goldust and Marlena, Dustin and Terry Reynolds.
So we're going the same direction here because I thought there's lots of angles, right? You go Vince McMahon and everyone he ever sexually assaulted. There's all kinds of dumb ways you could go. But I'm gonna go with my childhood one.
Mm-hmm.
The Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth.
Oh yeah.
Like that to me was, at least on TV, as powerful as a thing. It, caused best friends to betray. It was the best storytelling from the two literal machoiest men ever, and how the superpowers, break down because of Miss Elizabeth. And we're talking, it was all that stuff with, Match Made in Heavens and George the Animal Steel, and then Jake Roberts was involved, and the Honky Tonk Man was involved. It was so easily, they're able to do that stuff, and then Sensational Sherry comes in, and you're like, okay, this is perfect. And their SummerSlam marriage in '91 is like an all-time childhood memory for me. So give me the Macho Man and Elizabeth, and then as an adult, what we know now, like just how turbulent navigating the world of pro wrestling is, and that, I don't think it's that anymore, but they worked together after divorce. They kept making that money. Like it was a whole story.
I love that. Really, really great call. And I knew they were going to be mentioned tonight, so that's why I wanted to go a little bit in the distance. I'm gonna go a bit niche. I know that we're beginning to reach a wider audience.
Yeah,
I would love for people to know who are watching our product or who are getting ready to. I need to prepare you for Jaden Money Monroe in Zamaya.
Okay, let's go.
I'm grateful and honored to know them, behind the curtain and in front of the curtain.
Yeah, both very nice.
They're both very nice, and they're both great workers, and they are both really, really great together. I'm grateful to see them work and hit the road together. It's a lonely road. It's a lonely business. It's a very, very lonely business. And if you're able to have someone you care about to be there with you on the road, more importantly, they're getting their reps in as well. That just
Mhm.
makes it all the better. You create memories. And I love watching this very beautiful young couple together just tear things up, man, on the road. I see them do their thing, and they're not exclusive to one production or one promotion, or they get their work where they can. But when I see them working together, it brings a smile to my heart. So Jaden, Money Monroe, and Zamaya, they are amazing. They work well together. They know what they're capable of. They know how to push each other. To me, I'd say that they're the first couple of DCCW. Unless you're thinking of anyone else, you see anyone else?
Yeah, the only one that I think could give them a run for their money would be Chris Burnett and Fernando. But outside of that, we're on the same page.
I'm with it. That's a fair point. Who's your next one?
My childhood crush, Mickey James.
All right.
He's with Nick Aldis, has been with Nick Aldis forever. They've worked in all the promotions. I'm not trying to diminish what they do. They basically have the same character in every promotion. Like that character translates into whatever promotion they go into. It goes over every time. They obviously support each other a ton, which is great. Their on-screen time is limited. I know they have done some stuff together, but I'm into they because I feel like they've been doing it for like 15 years too. Like it's no joke. Like this is a legitimized professional couple. And I think to me, like, 40, right? 40. And, in the world of entertainment with a partner, it's like hard. It is like wild hard whenever so many decisions are made for you, by circumstance and not choice. And I would say that that's a reason that I have a fandom of entertainers who do it at the highest level doing it for so long because it takes a ton of understanding.
Yeah, that is actually a really good point. I accidentally partied with you know Comic Con stuff,
Yeah.
and I just remember, oh, Megan James on the floor, she's dancing too, and then like she looked at me and she's like, "You want to drink? You want to hang out? You want to do something?" Like, yeah, let's go, let's hang. Like she's just she literally was the life of the party, doing nothing like out of like nothing insane, but
Yeah.
like she was taking care of like people. Like, are you okay? Pulling up people like you look like you don't want to dance. And, like it was the sweetest thing. I can only imagine the two of them together. I haven't hung out with Nick Aldis yet, but I know that people have like a similar vibe would like attract that from each other. But from what I remember, hanging out with Mickey James was that she was the life of the party. She took care of people she didn't know, but she made sure that people were having fun and people were safe. That's something I carry with me. She's dope. She's awesome. She'll always have love for me. Do we have time for one more?
Only if you think Brock Lesnar fell in love with Sable after Playboy the exact same way that I did.
Everyone, yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah.
it's good
Then
marketing.
yes. Yeah, you definitely have one more.
Yeah, I would say Deborah and Stone Cold.
Yeah. That it ended tumultuously.
It did, but they their time together that was a little bit on screen. Um, it did. That was definitely once again like Steve Austin just being on the road. It's lonely, and he had a great companion that was there for him. And I'm grateful that they were able to have some time together to make some money together. They're on the road together. That goes a long way, man. And yeah, that was a really cool couple to see. I do enjoy. Remember when Booker and I forgot his wife's name, but
Charisse, what's her name? Oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue.
you know
Charmel.
Charmel, like when Booker and Charmel, that's another amazing couple. I'm just going to go through quick. I know we're running out of time soon,
Yeah.
but I love the couples where one of them have very limited skill set, but they're brought on because you know that this is one of the top guys, and they know that they are ready to leave, and they got permission. Hey, man, here's your partner. Both of y'all make some money. Do whatever. I love seeing things like that because that's when the few times when the business can be good, beneficial for you and your family. I support that.
The real answer, though, is Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
That is the couple.
Yeah, that's the one. Like the rest of them are all fun to talk about, but like pro wrestling doesn't exist without them. Like that's the one.
The power couple. The power couple. The.
We got to wrap it up. Saleh, final words?
You know what? Episode 69. Nice.
Next Friday, next Saturday and Sunday, WrestleMania watch party at Uptown Sports Bar and Grill. Come hang out with the talents of Duke City Championship Wrestling, taking the world of pro wrestling. And on Sunday, it's Easter in the morning, and then it's eating with the boys at Uptown Sports Bar, watching pro wrestling. You're going to have a ton of fun. For Saleh Taylor, for myself, Fred Slow. Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.